Well, it's been a nice, well, kind of warm week in Maine, but we have not seen any kind of heat yet. It was funny, yesterday, all of a sudden I walked outside, I'm like, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of the heat. Then I literally drove maybe 5 minutes away, and then the sea breeze picked in.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a difference, like 10 or 15 degrees.
Yeah, it really makes a huge difference.
It really does this time of year. And, I went on a bike ride yesterday evening, and same thing. When I was close to the water, I was like, oh, I'm like a little chilly, but then getting away from the water, you would get nice and warm. So yeah, it's it's a tough time of year because we all, I think, are wanting some warmth, and sometimes it can be kind of hard to get it. So let's look at some, positive stats about when we might start to see some warm temperatures.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I wish, right? Oh, that'd be so nice. If only we could get a nice warm weekend, right, with actual sunshine. But on average, our first 80-degree day here in the Portland area happens around May 14th. Today, it's the 15th. So
wow, we're behind.
We are now officially behind, you guys, because back in April, if you remember that one really warm Saturday, we hit 79 in Portland. We were 1 degree away, so we have not officially hit 80 yet, although many away from the coast definitely have. You can see last year also took a little bit longer as well, took till the 22nd to get that first 80-degree day. So we've seen 80-degree temperatures in the Portland area as early as late March for that first 80-degree temp. This was during the record warm March 2012. That was one of the craziest, most unusual months that we've ever recorded here in terms of weather. The latest first 80-degree day, June 29th, 1958. So there has been times when we've had to wait till almost July to actually see warm.
Tell us that.
I know. So I'm really hoping that this year is not in that, same
not
vein.
Hoping, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to, that's right, you guys. It's not going to happen. So yeah, it is usually sometime in May when we see those 80-degree temperatures, and it does differ a little bit depending on where you are in the state. I mean, this map showing when we usually hit 80 degrees. Notice places like Augusta, Lewiston, central and southern Maine, including Portland, usually by the middle of May. And remember, the 14th is Portland's average date, so somewhere around the 15th of the month, all the way out through Bangor. But you'll notice over towards mid-coast Maine, down east Maine, up into northern Maine, and into the mountains, usually takes a little bit longer towards the end of May before we see that first 80-degree day. Of course, mid-coast Maine, very exposed with the cold ocean. Sometimes it can be tough to get warm there this time of year. And of course, northern Maine, very cold place as it is, so it does take a little bit longer to get those 80-degree temperatures. Now, sometimes we might be getting sick of the 80s. Even last year, we had a really long streak of 80-degree weather from July 5th through the 16th. That was the 4th longest streak of 80-degree days in a row. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in 2022, we set the record for most 80-degree days in a row. It was 22 days. That smashed the old record by 7 full days here of seeing 80-degree temperatures. I remember this. This is my first summer in Maine. I didn't have air conditioning. I don't know why. And I just remember it was really tough to sleep at night when it was that hot. So yeah, that was definitely a notable stretch of heat. And, let's kick things up a notch. 80s. Let's look ahead to maybe some 90s. On average, that typically happens around June 18th if we do get into the 90s. Of course, there are some years where we don't even get there. A famously wet and cool summer was the last time that happened.
Bring it up.
Oh, I know. The summer that shall not be named, 2023, when it was, very cool and very rainy all summer. We did not hit 90 degrees. In Portland's history, there's been 6 years since temperature records began in the 1940s that we have not hit 90 degrees. So 2023 was kind of rare that we did not actually get to 90 that year. And the longest streak of 90-degree days, a lot shorter than 80-degree days, only 5 days, ending September 2nd in 2010. So yeah, we can get 90s. Usually, though, they're not sticking around for too long, you guys.
Yeah,
so,
I'll take the 80s, 90s.
Oh, yeah.
You can stay away, but I'll take the 80s in a day.
I know, and it's so funny. I feel like every time we do really get that first, truly warm week where almost every day is in the 80s, people start complaining immediately that it's too hot. So
I will not be complaining. I will not be ready for this weather. I'm sick of the rain. And
yes.
When I hear people complaining about the heat, I look and I go, remember February.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, remember those couple feet of snow that we always get every year.
I remember tossing boiling water in the air and turning it into steam. I remember that.
Not
it was
too long ago.
5 below 0 that morning.
That brings it back down to like, you're right.
Yes, exactly. So hopefully, we can get some 80s in the forecast soon. Probably not the next week, but hopefully before the end of the month. And if you've got any weather-related, heat-related questions you'd like to ask our Weather Authority team, you can email us at weather@wgme.com.
I'd love to ask a heat-related question because I want some heat.
We need
I
it.
do too, you guys. I really want it as well.
Well, just ahead, understand.